think that's important for a man to do. Like, you can have your core principles and the characteristics of who you are, but I think you should always be evolving because information is fluid as well, so it gets better.
To me, a man is nothing more than a human, has different traits. But when I think about those different traits, I look at a man obviously being stronger. So I would say a man should be strong, not just physically, but that's important as well.
That's right.
But mentally, spiritually, emotionally strong.
Your thought process was, I gotta do something. I call those moments grown-ass man moments where we just move forward. It's not necessarily the situation that's bogging you down. You just say to yourself, man, I just gotta move forward. I can't. There's too many people or too many things depending on me, so I gotta do what I gotta do. So yeah, I call that a grown-ass man moment.
Never go apply for the job. You can calculate whether you're gonna get the job.
Right.
I mean, so we do it, and we do it, but we don't necessarily really take it to that level of really looking at, okay, well, if I keep doing what I'm doing, what I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
And so one of my mentors just basically says, change is up to you. If you don't change, then the next 6 years you can predict to be just like the last 6 years. So you can calculate your future outcomes based upon your current decision.
Yeah.
Having a special needs daughter, that's life is challenging by itself. When you're just trying to survive and figure life out on your own, and then let alone, okay, now you tied yourself to someone and you're taking care of, you're making sure you're doing your part for them as well, meaning her mother. And then you have a child.
This is Men Let's Chop It Up podcast with me, your host, Double D. Fellas, let's talk about something real right now. Let's talk about comfort. Let's talk about being at home and being away from home. Let's talk about dude wipes. I know me, myself, I hate toilet paper. And ever since I found dude wipes, it's been the best thing for me. It's for the everyday man. So when you get a chance, stop by your local retail store and pick up a package of dude wipes. It's for the everyday man. Now, back to the show.
Who are faced with the same situation, who are raising a special needs child. For me to give them counsel, to give them guidance, just based off of my experiences and what to look for and what to prepare for. So it's been exciting, man. I don't have through the challenging times, I don't look at them as negative situations. They're learning lessons and building opportunities. I've always looked at it that way. And I continue to look at it that way and take that approach as I continue to raise her as an adult. God made us, he made humans, men and women, emotional creatures. Now, how we deal with those emotions and how we tap into those things, they're different based on gender, right? Yeah, but we're not void of emotion, you know what I mean?
At all.
We're not void of those things. So we have to do a better job as society in really embracing that and harnessing that when it comes to men, black men and white men, just men in general. What does it mean to me to be a man? First and foremost, I would say have to be a spiritual man, a man who believes in God, a man that chases after God's heart. Yeah. And as long as you're doing that, through the ups and downs of life, he will guide you and direct your paths. But also too, being a part of a man is handling your responsibilities, regardless of how difficult they are. Life may be at the time. The reason why she inspires me and has inspired me all these years is because throughout all those challenges, she does it with a smile on her face. Yeah. And she does it with, a good attitude. She does her best when she is a little stressed and challenged. But again, she does it with a great attitude. And I've been such a huge fan of my daughter, but also too such a huge supporter of hers. What does it mean to me to be a man? First and foremost, I would say have to be a spiritual man, a man who believes in God, a man that chases after God's heart. Yeah. And as long as you're doing that, through the ups and downs of life, he will guide you and direct your paths. But also too, being a part of a man is handling your responsibilities, regardless of how difficult they are. Life may be at the time.
This episode is brought to you by Roberto James Cigars. Thank you for watching Me and Let's Chop It Up podcast. Roberto James blends an old school craftsmanship with modern flavor using premium hand-selected tobacco from the Dominican Republic. Whether you're winding down after a long day or celebrating something big, these cigars are a celebration. I've tried them myself, smooth, rich, and perfectly balanced. It's the kind of smoke that makes you slow down and enjoy life. And right now, you get 10% off with your first order using promo code DD. Visit RobertoJamesCigars.com. Now, back to the show.
At that time, we didn't know what it was because she was emotional, very emotional. A lot of things going on at the time, and it put a strain on our relationship at the time as well, but I did my best to navigate everything, making sure that I was there for our daughter. I got up in the middle of it. I took her to all the doctor's appointments. I did a lot of these things, and I didn't do it for no kudos. It was my natural instincts kicking in and stepping up to the plate as the man in that relationship and her father and doing what I had to do and supporting mom as best I could with my limited knowledge of, this is my first child. That was the first time I ever had a scare, had a woman pregnant, anything in my life. I was 29 years old. So that whole experience was all new to me.
What does it mean to be a man to you today?
To be a man means you're responsible, you're integral, you are a man of courage, you are a man of strength. You also are a man who is emotionally intelligent.
My definition of a man, first of all, a real man, a true man must have a relationship with God. That's no compromise with that. I'm unapologetic about that. I'm unashamed. If you don't have a relationship with God, to me, you're not a real man. Did I say a relationship of perfection with God? No, I said a relationship. So I don't look down on people when they tell me they don't believe in God or they have certain feelings or certain vibes or a certain viewpoint or perspective when it comes to God. I believe it's an opportunity for me to listen, not to throw the Bible and the book at them. People are more knowledgeable than what we give them credit for or what do we actually know.
This episode is brought to you by The Right Cut Landscaping and General Contracting. Transform your outdoor space with The Right Cut Landscaping. Whether you're dreaming of a pristine garden or a stunning patio or a complete landscape overhaul, we also offer tree surface removal, clearing and grading, sod installation, and project management for your landscaping needs. Ready to elevate your landscaping? Call 404-610-2819. The Right Cut Landscaping. Now, back to the show.
I often have said, whether we notice or not, God is listening more than he's talking to us, right? So we have to be responsible for the things that we say out loud and the things that we even say within our heads, right? Because God is everywhere all the time, whether we even believe that or understand that at all. I think it's important that we understand that what we do as believers is always a representation of how we present God to other people. Your parenting at this point is going to be a lot different because you're about to be 50. So that changes the dynamics of how you parent as well too, because you're wiser, you're smarter, and you understand life a whole lot different than you were at 25.
Yeah.
Right.
But the one thing that I realized was I can tell you to stop doing something because I said so, and you'll stop doing it in front of me, But the one thing that I started to realize, and he actually taught me this, was I had to start trying to engage his heart and trying to get him to engage. Because the one thing that what I knew was eventually you're gonna not be with me. And if you can't think and get past that first emotion, then you ain't gonna be no good, regardless of how good of a father I thought I would.
Right, and that's something that we all do. We often shift our pain to other people based upon our experiences.
Yes.
Right, things that we normally experience from other people, we shift them on to other things.
I used to share the gospel with a belief that, almost in the sense that I was better than you because I had something that you didn't have.
That's right.
And now I just see it in a different way. It's just there's many people that just don't believe what I believe. And so I'm willing to understand that you don't believe what I believe, and let's have a conversation about it. And if you don't take what I have, I still love you. I still care for you.
Yeah.
Now that was a grown-ass man moment, brought to you by Bass and Bougie on TikTok. You want to learn how to be a grown-ass man? You want to learn how to fish? Check out the Bass and Bougie TikTok. And also check out the TikTok store for Bass and Bougie. Check out my guy, Michael Porter, Bass and Bougie. Now, Back to the show.
Patience, it's a residual effect of old age. Yeah, like the older you get, the more patience that you have. So, and it's funny because you may have more patience in some situations and less patience.
Less in others, yeah.
In others, right? And if I was gonna give you some advice, I would say, man, just keep doing what you're doing, brother. And I believe this. You can only be what you see. So if you see a bunch of foolishness, that's what's gonna pour out of you, a bunch of foolishness. If you see some stand-up, good, character people around you, then in most cases you're gonna be there. Even if you do stray off, like you're eventually gonna come back to that.
I heard this from some classes I took. What an addict never does before they smoke that or do whatever they do, they never ask the question of, if I do this, what's good about it, what's bad about it.
I'm saying that to say, learning how to process information is our greatest gift to our children. I honestly believe it, right? Teaching our children how to not let what they want become the dire thing is, I think that's a real gift. And it's not gonna happen all the time. I mean, they're children, they're emotional, they want, especially when they grow up middle class, right. They used to getting stuff and having stuff all the time and, crying and getting that way or whatever, but I think that's the most important thing. But understanding repercussions is the second part of that.
Yeah.
Right? Understanding that, your choices are your choices, but also there's repercussions that come with your choice.
When you parent from the standpoint of do it because I said do it, they'll do it. And you'll get that in that particular moment, you'll get what you need. But again, they're not gonna learn. And so my thing was like, yeah, I need them to learn. And you're gonna make some bad decisions.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing too, is like, so I had to grow in my patience and let you make these bad decisions. But at the same time, and you making these bad decisions, because I made the same bad decision and I had to learn from it. So for me, a good father helps a child learn how to think critically in hard moments, and engage their heart.